Hello, how are you doing? As you can see, as you can see, as you can see, yesterday when I was doing my live stream, someone was asking me if Arsenal was going to win. I said yes. So imagine that confidence from a non-Arsenal fan. But from what you can see on the thumbnail, and as you can see in this background picture, we are here to celebrate Arsenal tonight. All right. Okay, let's get everything set to run. I'm sure you can hear me in case you're just joining. FBI Ball Football Channel is here again, bringing you this exciting update about us now, making it to Champions League final in 20 years. Fantastic moment. What a game of football. Well-deserved man of the match for Declan Rice. What a performance from Bukayo Saka. Everybody was involved. Victor Gyökeres was a big threat in the Atlético Madrid defense, and that goal contribution all the way from him to Trossard, and Trossard took the shot, saved by goalkeeper, and someone will say that the goal Saka scored is just a slight touch of ball to get it to the back of the net. But at the end of the day, you will see that you know it takes experience to find the right position and to be in the right position at the right time, and that's what Bukayo Saka has done. And this is one thing we've always been crying for. Injury has not made him not to have a very good season all season long. And one thing we know is that Saka is that player that you know that steps on stage for us now on big occasions like this, and he has done it again. Even though he's just recovering from injury and just playing for some few games, but the performance against Fulham on Saturday, really boosted their confidence, scoring 3 goals in that game, keeping a clean sheet, and then the Man City Everton game yesterday that Man City drew also boosted Arsenal confidence. In fact, that game was all about Arsenal fans last night, and everybody was happy. In case you're just joining, FBI Ball Football Channel, bringing you this exciting live stream. We are here to celebrate Arsenal tonight. So if you're an Arsenal fan, drop your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for coming back to this live stream. Let's celebrate Arsenal together. Champions League final in 20 years is not a joke. It's not a joke. Arsenal has labored really hard for this, and yeah, it is fair enough to say that Mikel Arteta has done well. I did a video not too long ago where I said that, look, Arsenal should not make the mistake of sacking Mikel Arteta. Is going to be the biggest mistake of all time that Arsenal has made. So even if let's assume Arsenal goes trophyless. I'm not saying it's going to happen. As a matter of fact, for me, Arsenal is going to win the Champions League and they're going to win the Premier League. But let's assume in a situation where you go to the Champions League final for the second time in the history of Arsenal and you lost it, right? And for some reasons, you now lose the Premier League to Man City, and then because of that, you now get angry and you want to sack Mikel Arteta. It's not going to be fair because this guy has labored really hard for us now, and the most important thing, and for history's sake, about Arsenal this season is, you see this Champions League run from the day one, Arsenal has kept unbeaten record all the way to the last day of the semi-final and going into the final. We can't wait to see Arsenal win this Champions League, and that will be a record of all time from the beginning of the Champions League games to end of the Champions League, and winning it. Arsenal did not lose any of the game. The worst that has happened in Arsenal is a draw. Maybe in the group stage, because even when the Champions League has now been changed to the league format, Arsenal still won all their games, and then in the knockout stages all the way to semi-finals, maybe the first leg, in some of the leg they drew though, but the wins that keep them going and to keeping them alive in the competition, they never joked with it. And I really congratulate us now for this feat, and a special congratulations to Mikel Arteta. I believe Thierry Henry will rest now. When Arteta did mention about the fire comment that Arteta made, you know. So the fire is back. So it's time to give Arsenal the full support they need, the full support they deserve. So let everybody stand behind Arsenal at such a time as this. And in case I just joined in, this is Serbia Football Channel, bringing you this live stream once again. I do a lot of live streams here, and I also post videos and do a lot of shows and collaborations. So wherever is my video, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We've also got our sister channel, The Real Lord of Chelsea, where we do Chelsea content. So make sure you navigate through YouTube and subscribe. You can also find us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. All right. So it's the same name, so it's very easy to find. And in case you are maybe struggling to find, I do link both Elder Buff channel and the Royal Lord of Chelsea on every video, both on both channels. I do live streams on both channels anyway. So once you click on the logo on this video, you will see that the two channels are sitting on top of each other. So it will be easy for you to subscribe. All right. My microphone is broken. All right. Can you hear me now? Okay, I think the microphone is back. Oh no. I think my mic should be back. Okay, let me try something. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? That's Kadech. Can you hear me now? Check again. I think the audio is on. Probably you should check your phone speaker or whatever it is, because this audio is working. I can test it. I can test it with other device around, and I think this audio is on. So just check your device. But then, in any case, we are here to celebrate Arsenal tonight. It's all about Arsenal. Arsenal has just won Atlético Madrid 1-0 at the Emirates, making 2-1 aggregate, qualifying for Champions League final after 20 years. The last Champions League final was against Barcelona in 2006, right? 2006. I was just finishing secondary school then, okay? So, and I remember that night when Eto and Ronaldinho were playing and they were doing all manner of things, trying to, make sure they win this game and all that. So, at the end of the day, the Arsenal goalkeeper got red carded, and that was when Arsenal started having issues. Okay, so but at the end of the day, even with the red card, it was when it was after the red card that Arsenal scored before Barcelona now scored two more goals, and that was how Arsenal lost that Champions League final, and they are back at it again, and it's going to be a big fight in the final. Tomorrow is another biggest day in another biggest day in football. Sorry, another biggest day or biggest night in football, where PSG and Bayern Munich will be meeting. Remember, PSG already have a 1-goal advantage, 5-4 win in the first leg, 9-goal trailing game that happened last week. So probably we should be expecting the double of that tomorrow night. Okay, so Arsenal is in the final, so we are waiting to see whether it is Bayern Munich that will qualify, come from behind to qualify, or PSG will hold on to their lead and score more goals, or whatever drama that will happen tomorrow. We don't know yet. But whoever that is going to the final from there, Arsenal is coming. Arsenal is waiting, and it's going to be an exciting Champions League final to watch on the 30th of May. All right. So by then, I believe all league would have ended. In case I just joining, make sure you are hearing me. If you are hearing me, just drop yes in the comment section. In case you're not hearing me, drop no. And most importantly, in case I'm just joining for the first time, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share, and so that whenever we are doing live stream or posting video, you will be the first to get, especially when your notification is on. So remember to put on your notification. I'll start a poll very shortly. So this is a big one, big moment for us now, and we're happy to to see this. I'm a Chelsea fan. We've won two Champions League already, and we've won everything. The only club to have won everything in Europe: Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. Only Chelsea has done it, and the only coach or manager who has done it is Jose Mourinho. He already has the tattoo on his hand, who has won Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. So everything is in the name of Chelsea. A well-deserved man of the match once again for Declan Rice. Right, Declan Rice came out from Chelsea Academy, and I look forward to. I feel very strongly that Chelsea Arsenal is going to win this Champions League. All right, and that will remind me of in 2021 when Chelsea won the Champions League with Rhys James breaking out of the academy, Messi Mount breaking out of the academy, Hudson Odoi from the academy, Tammy Abraham from the academy, you know. So it's massive. The Chelsea Academy is raising legends. Chelsea Academy is raising legends, and Declan Rice winning the Champions League will also be in that book. So I think it might turn out to be that Chelsea Academy, if not one of these, should be one of the best in Premier League or in Europe. Okay, I think it's one of the best because a lot of players who have been through Chelsea Academy are doing well and are no longer playing for Chelsea. So many. Fikayo Tomori came from Chelsea Academy. Um, Solanke, Chelsea Academy. There are so many players, so many players who came through Chelsea Academy, and they are doing great for themselves. So Declan Rice is one of them. In fact, John Terry usually make good comments about Declan Rice, how he has known Declan Rice for years, and especially when they are when social media are making comparison between Caicedo and Declan Rice. So he usually talk about it that Declan Rice is doing for Arsenal what Caicedo is doing for Chelsea, and he admires him a lot, and that he has known Rice for a very long time. So Rice held the ball really hard tonight. Last season, he did the same, home and away man of the match against Real Madrid after scoring those two free kicks, and then into the second leg, held it down. That's in the quarterfinal, and then all of a sudden, Thomas Partey took a yellow card that made him to miss the semi-final against PSG, and that was where PSG, conquered Arsenal. So, but this season, it might be Arsenal versus PSG in the final or Arsenal versus Bayern Munich in the final. So let's see what's going to happen. But what do you think about this semi-final so far? Atletico Madrid put up a very good fight, creating a very strong defense, but Arsenal was able to have a breakthrough towards the end of first half. And it's 1-0 Arsenal. Great one from Bukayo Saka, stepping up for the team on big occasion, which is very good. May not be scoring too many plenty goals, but that awareness, that positional awareness, and being in the right place and at the right time matters a whole lot. And Saka has salvaged the night for Arsenal. All right, so I'm starting a poll now. Is Arsenal going to win the Champions League? Okay. All right, so I've just started the post. Oh, Miss Kaka, hi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining my live stream. Make sure you subscribe and like and share. I'm just starting a live stream now. Sorry, I'm just starting a poll now. So this poll, so is Arsenal able to win the Champions League? You can see that on the top corner, or where do I put it? Just the most suitable place to put this. Okay. All right. There we go. Right. Is Arsenal able to win the Champions League? What do you think? Okay. So I'm waiting for your contribution in the poll. Make sure you. Okay. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. All right, how we all doing? Arsenal in Champions League final. If you look at the poll, as you can see on the screen, percent is supporting Arsenal, to be able to win the Champions League. You know, that was a fantastic goal from Saka. Has given Arsenal an advantage. A good goal from Saka has given Arsenal an advantage in the final. All right. In case you are just joining, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share. All right. All right. So, Arsenal in Champions League final. What do you think about this performance? Do you think Arsenal is able to win this Champions League? For me, I'm very optimistic about Arsenal winning it, whether it is PSG or Bayern, whoever scales through. All right, because this is football. Anything can happen in final. Anything can happen. Anybody or anything is able to win it. Okay, so it's a very big stage, big occasion, and a very big ground for Arsenal to prove a point that they are equal to the tax. All right. Obviously, they are not the best team in Europe. We are playing against either Bayern Munich or PSG. That there are three front men, there are three attacking forces are doing wonders against each other. No respect for anyone. So, um, my point here is if Chelsea can do it in 2012, when Chelsea was in the mid-table of Premier League, they are not doing well at all. But they put all their energy and focus on the Champions League. And at the end of the day, you know, we ended up playing against Frank Ribery. You were playing against Ian Robin. You were playing against Thomas Muller. All these guys were in their prime as of 2006. So Chelsea had problem with injuries and suspensions that made first 11 not to play in the final. So about 60 or 70% of Chelsea players on the pitch against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena were all second 11, apart from Lampard and Drogba and Mikel. Virtually every other person was second 11 as far as the intensity of such game is concerned. But at the end of the day, Drogba involvement, everybody, you know, putting their best and fighting with their last blood, being the last game of the season. Well, the persistence and determination, Chelsea won. So if Chelsea can do it in 2012, Arsenal, a better prime Arsenal than Chelsea as of then is able to do it. All right. After all, you're not going to fold your hands and be looking. So put up your best. They will look at it and say, oh, so these guys can also play ball. Arsenal can be a threat to their defense, you know. And when that happens, they want to be taking caution to make sure they don't concede goals and start sitting back. And if that happens, it will be easy for Arsenal to press. But to build a block of defense is a tricky thing to do because you may not be able to push so much to score goal. And if that happens and Arsenal wants to press, they also need to watch the back because these guys are also dangerous with counter attack if they get the ball. So there's a whole lot of things to look at here, and to be fair, Arsenal has done great. Bukayo Saka stopping on big stage for the big team at the right time again, so which is fantastic. Ademola Lookman, our Nigerian brother, has been playing really well, but I don't know what happened today. Performance was not really great, you know. But at the end of the day, it was Arsenal's night, you know. A lot of people were looking forward to Atlético Madrid qualifying for the final. If it was Barcelona that qualified for this semi-final, it would have been easy to stand on that prediction that Barcelona would qualify for final, that Barcelona will beat Arsenal to qualify for final. But The story has changed. Even the Real Madrid that people were predicting from the right side of the knockout stage, Real Madrid could not make it. PSG, Bayern Munich showed them the way out. Hello, Uro Boziri. Hi, how are you doing? London is red tonight. Yes, London is red. London has always been blue. But we are happy to let Arsenal know that, or to let other fans know that London is red tonight. So let's celebrate Arsenal. You know, Arsenal is beginning to step into the London big boys shoes. So we are really happy about that. If he's Nigerian, how come he plays for English national team? Ah, who are you talking about? Is it Bukayo Saka you're talking about? He said if he's Nigerian, how come he plays for English team? Room. Who is Room? Anyway, there are a lot of Nigerian Nigerian players who have played for the English team. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem because if you have a British nationality or people who were born in Britain and have British nationality, even if they are not born in Britain and for reason of having British nationality and having the proper paperwork that you know that puts you in a good position to play for the other nationality, why not? We had Ashley Plumtree, who is a white English girl born and bred in England, and is playing for Nigeria because his dad is a Nigerian. So um, that is what dual nationality can do for you. You can play for either country of your choice. Ademola Lookman is playing for Atletico Madrid at the moment. He used to be in England under 21, but he was not really given the opportunity to play for the senior national team, and he found his way to Nigeria, where he's originally from, but he has British nationality. So that explains why you can play for a British nationality. Is Arsenal going to win the Champions League? On this poll, as you can see, it's really 100% right now. So keep this poll coming, and we are here to celebrate Arsenal, who have just qualified for the Champions League final after 20 years. All right. So, but in case you are just joining, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share. Reluctant gamer, how are you doing? That's congratulations to Arsenal. You say yes. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share. We are bringing you this live stream again. Thank you all for joining and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for thank you for thank you for your contributions. Okay, thank you very much. I can see that in the chat. Okay. All right. So let's keep the chat coming then so we can talk more about the chat. But once the chat is on hold, I think I can still, make commentaries and talk a bit more about what's happening. I hope that is correct. Hi, Island in the house, celebrating us now, right? You think win Premier League and Champions League? I don't understand that. Can you, come again with that comment? Just type it again. Hi, Celtic. Oh, do you support Celtic? I don't know whether you support Celtic, but this night we are celebrating Arsenal. I'm sure we are all happy to see Arsenal qualify for Champions League final. So we've got more votes coming. Make sure you participate in the live stream in the poll. All right. So 100% is saying Arsenal is going to win the Champions League. For me, I believe Arsenal will win the Champions League. Because just like I was saying, when Chelsea won in 2012, Chelsea was one of the worst teams in Premier League that year. Okay, and they still went ahead and won it. So it's all about building the winning mentality, build the winning orientation, be confident about it. Again, in 2021, when Chelsea won Man City, Man City was apparently the best team in Europe then. And again, someone will always say that because you have Kante in your engine room, the engine room of Chelsea, that's N'Golo Kante, that also help Chelsea. But whatever be the case, Arsenal has got the engine rooms. You've got Emirates, and I was happy to see Arteta start Emirates today. The starting lineup was really pleasant, and the moment I saw that lineup, I knew Arsenal was going to win this game. I knew Arsenal was going to qualify. So no surprise at all, and it's worth celebrating Arsenal. All right, Arsenal will win the Premier League, but the Champions League will be hard. Okay, yeah, you are right. You're right. Eucharist is the machine. Yes, exactly. Eucharist is the machine because he was really involved in the goal that Saka scored. You know, even after the goal in the second half, it was all about Eucharist, and he won a lot of fouls. There was one foul that was committed against him that the referee gave. I think the first yellow card of this game was a foul against Victor Gyökeres. And to be honest, if if Victor Gyökeres had moved faster a little bit faster ahead of that defender before that pulling down, it would have resulted to a red card for being the last man by the defender. So that's what would have happened. Yeah, everybody marked him and he won the foul. Yeah. So that foul, the VAR actually investigated that foul, making sure that it's not a red card because slightest move from that space forward, it would have resulted to a red card, and probably Atletico Madrid would have been down to 10 men and would have considered more goals. Right. All right, reluctant gamer. Anyway, thank you for joining. Yeah, I'll try. Thank you for coming. I hope you subscribed before you left anyway. You said I've lost one subscriber. How did that happen? Okay. Probably you subscribed and you removed your subscription. I don't know, but whatever. Thank you for coming by the way and contributing. I hope you also contributed in the poll. Yeah, I say I'm a slow YouTuber. Well, I'm still doing a bit. So Eucharist was a machine. I think he has been facing a lot of criticism of late, and and I think he has improved a bit. Sometimes he doesn't seem to be fighting to score the goal, but he's always there to be a threat in the defense. He's always there to be the threat in the defense and trying to use his position to create chances instead of fighting to score, knowing that people might mark him. Aya, thank you for staying. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Celebrating us now to victory and into the Champions League final after 20 years. All right. I can see you all join. Okay. We now have, okay. We now have 55% saying no and 45% saying yes. Okay. It seems a lot of people are still doubting that Arsenal cannot win the Champions League. I think even though we are still saying Arsenal is currently not the best team in Europe, but let's look at it this way. All right. Arsenal has had, they've had an unbeaten run in this Champions League journey, and you think they can't win it? For me, I think they've had a very good run, so it's I think they've had a very good run of Champions League this season, and it will be fair enough to predict that they can win it, even though they are not the best in Europe right now. We agree to that, yes. But come to think of it, maybe we might be seeing it as Arsenal is not Chelsea, but if Chelsea can do it twice and win the Champions League twice, Chelsea has played 3 times Champions League final, if not for the John Terry's penalty miss in 2008. By now, Chelsea would have been on the record of having 3 Champions League out of 3 finals. But 2 out of 3 finals, were a victory for Chelsea when they were not the best. In fact, especially in 2012, one of the worst Premier League teams, sitting in the mid-table, either 9th or 10th that season, and still went ahead to win it. Not London forever, yeah, Samuel. And then Spinnerman, how are you doing? Arsenal suck. It seems to don't like Arsenal at all. Why? All right. Okay, someone said maybe, but PSG and Bayern, they're cooked. Will Ghana do double? I think Gunners can do double. To be honest, they can do double. You know, if not for some few moments of inconsistency and Arteta making some very tricky decisions. You know, Arsenal should have still maintained the dream of quadruple. So, but again, if they've in the midst of all this, if they've managed to make it to the final, I think it's what you know it's worth celebrating them for that. So I feel Jonathan Quinn, yeah, Gunners can do the double. Gunners can do the double. All right. Thank you for coming to this live stream and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing. So keep them coming. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. If you've subscribed before, thank you for coming again and watching. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Put on the notification. I do live streams here, and tomorrow again, I should be able to do another live stream. It's going to be a very busy day tomorrow, but hopefully I should be able to do the live stream post-match reaction between PSG and Bayern as it's going down tomorrow. It's going to be another banger. It's going to be a bombshell of football. Oh dear, the last week game is still in the mouth of a lot of people and saying that this is proper Champions League final. So I'll be bringing another live stream again just to chat about it. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining this live stream. and 11 votes so far, with 45% supporting Arsenal and 55% not supporting Arsenal. All right, so let's see how that goes. Let's see your opinions in the comment section. What do you think about this? And then on Thursday, we are still talking about the Europa League, especially between Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. For me, Nottingham Forest is going to qualify for the final because having lost last week and then in the weekend, Aston Villa still lost to Tottenham. So their morale have dropped. But in the case of Nottingham Forest, they won the first leg of the semi-final and won Chelsea in the Premier League. So they have a lot of reasons to be more confident. But let's see. So make sure you subscribe, please. Subscribe, like, and share. And in case you are just joining, thank you for coming once again. If you've been here before, thank you for coming. If you've not been here before, make sure you subscribe. All right. Dreadlord, how you doing? What do you mean by COYG? All right. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe before you drop any chats. Subscribe before you participate in the poll. The poll, as you can see on the screen. So make sure you get engaged. Make sure you sub. All of you who are watching this live stream, why are you not subscribing? Many of you are not subscribing. Many of you are not subscribing. How we all doing? Hi, how we all doing? Keep the votes coming. Well, I've got 55% supporting Arsenal to win the Champions League, 55% supporting either Bayern Munich or PSG. So whoever wins tomorrow, at least Arsenal is sure of at least a silver medal. I sure be in the qualifier. And that will also boost the revenue of Arsenal. Even if they don't win, there is a prize for participating in the final, and I think Arsenal are in a good position at the moment, but I believe against all odds they will win it. So that's just the most important thing. Hi, I can see you all joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing. So, talking about us now, qualifying for Champions League final after 20 years of being in the final. That's no big. That's no big joke at all. That's no big. That's no mean. Thing. Okay, I see someone coming. Congratulations, Arsenal. You deserve it, I guess. Yeah, Arsenal deserve it. But just to let you know, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, and because I'm a Chelsea fan, I've got the Royal Lord of Chelsea. That's our Chelsea channel where we do Chelsea content. So if you check the videos I've posted before, you will see the link. They are linked together. Click on the logo of the page name, and you see the both pages or both channels, you know, together. So it will be easy for you to subscribe on both. All right. So the congratulations goes to us now. Well, fuck the Gunners. Damn it. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. I think it will be fair enough to, congratulate them. Okay, anyway, before I go that, which team do you support? Is it Rose AK? Which team do you support? Do you support Chelsea, Liverpool, or Man City? Let's support us now. In any case, at least they are in the final and they haven't won it. Okay, Arsenal are everywhere tonight. It's 2 cup now. Boom. Yeah. Jonathan Quinn. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, 2 cups. Yeah, the double. Yeah, they can win the double actually. They can win the double actually. Premier League, going by what is happening now, I think they already have the Premier League in the bag. Champions League is a 50-50. It's a game of anybody, so I believe they can do that. Yes, my friend, you're a good man. Thank you. Please make sure you subscribe before you leave, okay? Make sure you subscribe, very important. Make sure you subscribe before you leave this live stream. All right, so we now have 12 votes, 50% saying Arsenal is going to win the Champions League, 50% saying no. So 50-50 now. So this is a very tight debate, and some people don't still believe Arsenal can win it. Arsenal has played a very good brand of football. All right. This is for us now. This is for us now. Are you here with me? If you're watching this live stream. Oh, thank you very much, Jonathan Quinn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's use this ball to celebrate Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. You've done this, and you deserve some great moments. Being in the final, fantastic goal from Bukayo Saka. Someone will say it's just a tap to the back of the net, but again, the positional awareness of Saka at that point when Trossard took the shots and then the goalkeeper saved it, and then just the one touch and back of the net. Because to be honest, Atletico Madrid are very dangerous. They will just, pack the balls and use counter, to chase you down in your defense line. And one thing, with Atletico Madrid, I remember when Chelsea in 2021, when Chelsea won the Champions League. So in the quarter, was it in the quarter final? No. Its semi-final was against Real Madrid, Chelsea versus Real Madrid in 2021. So quarter final was against Porto, and then the knockout stage was against Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, Thomas Tuchel was playing 3-4-3. So what Atletico Madrid did to frustrate Chelsea was to play five-man defense. Or I don't know how they did it, but sometimes you enter that defense line and you are seeing six men against three people. Even when Chelsea was not the best team, so to speak. So it was very terrible defense-wise, but Chelsea still break those deadlocks. And then the first leg it was a goal from Giroud, and second leg was goal from Ben Chilwell and Hakim Ziyech, I think. Yeah, Hakim Ziyech, and Chelsea kept going with Thomas Tuchel, and that was how Chelsea won that Champions League. All right, so Rose Eke, I hope you're still there, and I'm here to get your response from what you said. You are congratulating us now, and you deserve it, you know. So, but the moment I mentioned that I'm not an Arsenal fan, that I'm just here celebrating Arsenal, you then say fuck off Arsenal. But anyway, let's celebrate Arsenal no matter what. Let's celebrate them. I think they deserve, Arsenal deserve it at this point, It's just fair to say that Arsenal deserve it. So thank you for keeping the subscriptions coming. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting this channel. Remember to also subscribe to the Real Lord of Chelsea, our Chelsea page, where we also do, Chelsea content. All right. So, all right. How are we all doing? In case you are just joining, this is FB Above Football Channel. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing another live stream after Bayern versus PSG game tomorrow. If I have the time, I'll do a pre-match review, just to keep us abreast. If I've still got the time, I'll do watch along live stream. But post-match live stream, reactions, match review, yes, I'll do it. All right. And one other player I want to talk about, I already talked about the Clarice. What is that man of the match? He was putting out the fighting spirit, and boom. Okay, Arsenal is there. All right. So one of the greatest Chelsea academy players back then is also going to Champions League final again. So nice one. And the moment Bukayo Saka was taken out and Noni Madueke came on, Noni Madueke, his performance was not really impressive. At what I was wondering, why did you take out Saka? But probably because he's just recovering from injury and he's just taking precaution. I don't know, but Madueke did not really hold that wing down the way Bukayo Saka was doing, But anyway, Arsenal has qualified. Otherwise, probably Arsenal would have had more goals if the wing were sharp the way they are. Trossard on the left and then Saka on the right. And then the second half, it was Martinelli, because Trossard had to come off for Martinelli. Martinelli also pushed and then won a corner, while Mikel Arteta was being a threat to the defense, to the extent that a foul was committed on him and it was a yellow card to the defender. If Gyökeres was able to move further away quickly, probably that foul would have been regarded as a last man foul and record would have surfaced. So in case you're just joining, make sure you subscribe once again. Thank you for participating. Thank you for liking and thank you for sharing. All right. How we all doing? Hi. Let's keep the comments coming. Time to celebrate Arsenal. It's definitely time to celebrate Arsenal. Come on. Keep them coming. Keep the votes coming. 12 votes so far. So it's now 50-50 between yes and no. Because some people still believe Arsenal cannot win the Champions League. Okay. I knew you did it. Yeah, I pinned your message. I wanted to see why. I pinned your message because I wanted to see why you removed the suspicion, and now you're back. Yeah, you're laughing at me. You're laughing at me. Yeah, there we go. This is for us now, right? This is for us now. So put the substitution back there. Let's keep going. Make sure you put your contribution in the poll. 50-50 now. Let's see what you have to offer us now. This message is pin this message there. Okay, I'm going to pin it now. All right. Replace pin message. Okay. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hit the like button and subscribe. Oh yeah, let me do this now. Come on. Come on, Ivan. Thank you for doing this. This is fantastic. This is amazing, don't you? Yeah. At the moment you are the number three of my top fan, and I want you to be the number one. I want you to be the number one in the next minute, all right? You thought I was going to go off. That was quite discouraging, but come on. But you're doing it again. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming back. Reluctant gamer. I was looking at your channel through my other device, and I want to know exactly how you do it. All right. I want to know how you do it. Oh, 54% says Arsenal cannot win it. Okay, let's see. Who do I think will win tomorrow? Hmm. You know what? This is where it becomes very interesting. And all week long, I've not been able to predict that game because if you watch the first leg, you will realize that the game was a game of high intensity, a game of a game of legend. Oh, you voted Arsenal. It's not 50-50. Okay, good, 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 good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For me, I'm supporting Arsenal. I've got a lot of friends who are Arsenal fans, and having not winning Champions League ever, it's really painful, and it's something Arsenal fans have been praying for a very, very long time. All right. So I hope you win the cup so the hater can stop hating. Yeah, I think well, if you look at my videos, if you look especially the banters, in case you may I've done a lot of videos. So now in case you want to see the banters I've done, all right, if you go to my playlist, okay, if you go through my playlist, there is a playlist where I named it Banter FC. All right. So click on that playlist So majority of the banter videos I've done are banters against Arsenal. So you will see that Arsenal has suffered a lot of banters. Arsenal has suffered a lot of humiliation. You know, that song, you never sing that, you never sing that. Champions of Europe, you never sing that. I think it's high time we put a stop to that. But anyway, it's up to us now to win the Champions League so that fans will still will stop singing that song because it has become so much. Hey, Arinia, Paris will beat Bayern. I know you're going to say that because from the logo I can see on your name, that is Paris logo. And obviously you are a Paris fan, and I'm not surprised. But first of all, before I read your comment further, make sure you hit the subscription button, navigate to the YouTube, look at the videos I've posted before, and make sure you subscribe, because if you look at my videos, the Royal Lord of Chelsea and FBA Football channel, they are usually linked together. So it's easy for you to click on the logo and then you see both channels sitting on top of each other. So you'll be able to subscribe on both. All right. Okay. So welcome to my live stream. Keep those voting coming. It's now 50-50. Oh, there you go. There you go. 53% supporting Arsenal to win this Champions League. 47% not supporting Arsenal. Probably um if Arinia, if you put your vote now, I know it's going to be 50-50 again because you definitely Bayern won't. But you know what? Before you say Bayern won't, do you remember what Olise did to Nuno Mendes last week? It is horrible, you know, and Olise can penetrate any wing, he can penetrate that wing, all right, except if what's his name? PSG coach. All right. I'm trying to remember his name. Just drop it in the comment section. Let me see. Except if he changed the formation of play. Otherwise, otherwise, Olise is coming for Nuno Mendes again. And Hakimi is still on the right side. Hakimi did a good job last week. But one thing with Hakimi is that he's also very good at pushing attack. So that will also open up the defense a little bit. All right. So Nuno Mendes has been very good, both front and back is very good. But um, uh, the fact that Ulisa is there to hunt him down is really dangerous. And I won't be surprised if Bayern comes from behind to win. Remember, they are hosting it, so their fans will do everything possible. All right. Don't forget that Quara and Dembele and Duo did to Bayern defense. It was war. It was war crime. Akimi injured. Warren will do the job. Oh yeah. That's true. That's true. Akimi's injury. Let's see. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Because if Akimi is not there, it's going to be difficult. Arnia, have you subscribed? Please make sure you subscribe. That's very important. Okay, because I'm going to be doing a live stream after tomorrow's game. I'm going to talk about this, and I'll remind you. So make sure you stay tuned to watch my live stream. And if I've got the time, I'll be doing watch along as well. All right. Also, PSG fans are one of the loudest in Europe. Oh yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing that. Oh really? Anyway, I've never been a PSG fan, so I can't really say. But let's see. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. So, Arenia, have you voted on the poll? You can see the poll on the screen. So, okay, let's assume you did not qualify for final tomorrow. Let's assume the final is going to be between Chelsea and between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. Who do you think will win? I know if PSG qualify, I know you will say PSG will win. But let's assume it's Bayern that will qualify tomorrow. Who do you think is going to win? Drop that in the comment section. Let me see. Come on. Okay, we now have 50-50. I believe Anya has voted. So now we have 50-50. So hoping that PSG will qualify. Well, looking at the intensity of the game, PSG has what it takes to qualify for final. Bayern Munich has what it takes to qualify for final. Arsenal is there waiting for any of them. Remember, during the league game of the starting of the Champions League, Arsenal defeated Bayern Munich. So, um, but things have changed a bit. Arsenal intensity dropped a little bit, but their confidence has now been rebuilt a little bit from the game against Newcastle was not so great, but against Fulham, with Saka scoring and scoring again today, that was massive. The confidence is there, and they are happy with what they have on ground now. So even though Timber is still injured, Arsenal is doing great. Arsenal is doing great. So, and I think they are back to that same intensity they used in playing Bayern Munich during the group stage. Okay, so now if they carry that same intensity to make the Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich has also improved very greatly. So let's see, because the last time Arsenal and Paris met was during semi-final and Paris won. So this time, could this be a payback, or could it be a repeat of Arsenal Bayern? Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for joining. I can see your subscriptions, and I can see your like, and I can see your votes in the poll. Let's make it up to 20 votes, let's say. All right. So I think Bayern there would win. Hmm. Okay. Okay, that's you think if Bayern gets to the final, Bayern will win. Okay, all the all the best Alex Paris, and see you in the final. Oh, okay. Let's see how it goes then. Let's see how it goes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's going to be very fantastic tomorrow. I think the first leg is the greatest Champions League game of this season, if not the Champions League game of all time. I'm not going to say it's Champions League game of all time, but in the current trend of football, I think that game was a game that got everybody excited. Nobody even want to know who won and who lost. The fact that the goals were coming on both ends, it shows that both teams don't have respect for each other. It shows that both teams don't have respect for any opposition. It shows that they can win any game the way they want. So right now, who do you think will win? I was the one that was asked that question, but to be honest, I can't predict. Assuming they win from PSG, PSG went on to make it 5-2, right? Yeah, PSG made it 5-2. So if they had held on to that 5-2 going into the second leg, probably it would have been easy for me to predict that, okay, PSG will qualify seamlessly without any stress. But Bayern was able to close up that gap by scoring 2 more goals to make it 5-4. So 1 goal difference between these two guys with the kind of intensity of football they play, I can't predict, because Bayern can still win. And remember, Bayern Munich, 3 front men, Hurricane, Ulisse, and Luis Diaz, their 3 front men are very dangerous. Yes, PSG with Doué, Ousmane Dembele, and who is that guy on your side, Kvaratskhelia. Your 3 front men are also very dangerous. So let's see. But the 3 front men of Bayern Munich have produced 100 goals, 100 massive goals from these 3 men. That's insane. That is incredible. When Luis Diaz was leaving Liverpool, everybody was criticizing him. Liverpool fans were not happy, but I think this guy has made the greatest move for his career, and that's really nice for him. That's really nice for him, because the kind of football Luis Diaz is playing now. Yeah, I know he played really well in Liverpool. He was among those that won the Premier League for Liverpool and all that. But he has upped his game. His movement to Bayern Munich was worth the movement, I would say. It was really, really worth the movement. So, what a nice move that was for him. What a nice move that was for him. So, again, as a Paris fan, you are supporting Paris. And for me, I don't know who to support in that game. Anybody. It's a very balanced game. It's a 50-50 game. And it's a game of entertainment. All right. Yeah, PSG fans want PSG to win. Bayern fans want Bayern to win. And Bayern is at home. But even the Champions League final in 2012, Chelsea went to meet them in that Allianz Arena, and Chelsea won right in the backyard of Bayern Munich. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. All right. right. Okay. So keep those subscriptions coming. And thank you once again, Reluctant Gamer. Thank you for putting the subscription back. I've looked at your channel and I will, in fact, let me subscribe now, and then I will use this channel to subscribe. I'll use my both channels to subscribe to you. Okay. Hello everyone. Keep them coming. Keep the posts coming. Keep the comments coming. Make sure you subscribe as you join. Celebrating Arsenal to this Champions League final. Who do you think is going to win? Is Arsenal going to win the Champions League? 50% are still saying yes. All right, Reluctant Gamer, in case you are still there, I've dropped a subscription for you. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for dropping those comments for the pinning. So that's really kind of human. But I can see that you are not, you haven't dropped any stuff on your channel, and I can't see any title. Maybe you should do something about that. All right. Hello, everyone. Who is on there now? All right, we are still here. How are we all doing? Thank you for subscribing. Okay, we've all done well coming to this live stream, and this live stream is going to end very shortly. All right, so Arsenal won, Atletico Madrid nil, 2-1 aggregate to Arsenal, and after 20 years, Arsenal is back to Champions League final. 20 years of playing Champions League final. I hope they win it this time. Well, our supports are all with Arsenal, and oh, reluctant gamer. Yeah, I was asking you about your channel. What's up? You already got quite a number of subscribers, so but I haven't seen any title, I haven't seen any video. Just try and just pop something on the channel. Let's see what you have, and then we can. I've dropped a subscription for you anyway, so I just went through it now. Okay, who is winning tomorrow? Ah, I was discussing that with this Paris fan who believed that only Paris. Oh, okay, you don't create content for now. Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine. Probably at any point you decide to do, we are there to support you as well. All right. So winning tomorrow, going by the intensity of the game between these two guys, PSG and Bayern are a team of no respect. They don't respect, no respect for each other, no respect for any opponent, and both have got the ability to score goals, countless goals in a game. So I'm still wondering what tomorrow is going to look like. So it's difficult to predict who is going to win. All right. Now, if initially PSG was winning 5-2, so if they had head on to that win, going to the second leg as 5-2, probably that'd be easy to predict that okay, maybe they would qualify, but Bayern was really determined to close up that gap to 1 goal difference. So it's tricky to say because 1 goal difference between these two best teams currently is not sufficient enough to say that PSG has automatically qualified because anything can happen. Okay, so as it is now, it's still 50-50 between Bayern and PSG. So because we are talking of a team that has got, that has both teams that have got three dangerous front men, Harry Kane, Luis Diaz, and Olise. And on the side of PSG, Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Doué, 3 dangerous frontmen as well. Massive performance from all these guys. And in the last game, the 6 of these guys all had goal contributions. So it's going to be that was the game of all season, and maybe tomorrow might take another dimension. All right, I'm looking forward so much to tomorrow. Yeah, not only you, everyone is looking forward to tomorrow. Now that Arsenal has done and dusted with their own job, they can, others can focus on what's going to happen tomorrow. And Arsenal fans can also have enough time. Arsenal players can focus more on the Premier League now so that they can have that. Diaz and Kane and Olise has to be on top of their game. I believe PSG has more weapons. Yeah, that's true. But in terms of weapon, in the midfield, because in that attack line, I think it's still 50-50. All right, because Bayern Munich, 3 front men have just created, 100 goals more. So their goals and their goal contributions this season is over 100. That is massive. That is massive. It's a history from Harry Kane, Luis Diaz, and Olise. Look at what Olise did to Nuno Mendes. All they did to Nuno Mendes. Yeah, I think Hakimi might be missing that game, to be honest. I think Hakimi should be missing that game. So, but even if Hakimi is around, Hakimi loves to attack. He usually goes forward, and sometimes you think he's the right winger, and then someone else will not be covering him but to be fair, it's a very tricky thing to say because even if Hakimi is not playing, and with the way That's a big miss, actually. That's a big miss. But even if Hakimi is not playing, with the way they operate from the midfield, all right, with the way PSG operate from the midfield, you know, even if it's the second 11 as their right back that is playing, they might not feel it so much. Yeah, I do stream watch along. I do stream watch along, but not all the time, especially when I'm a very busy person, So content is not my main work. So I do this as a passive stuff, and I'm trying to be very consistent on it anyway. So, but anyway, sometimes I do watch along, and sometimes I don't. So I'll see. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. I'm really hopeful. Actually, even if I don't stream watch along, I will stream post match tomorrow. Yeah. So just to keep the vibe going, and not to forget, I'm also going to be streaming the what's it called? The Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. I think that's another important game because since it's happening between the Premier League sides. Okay, watch along. Okay, I'll try. Yeah, watch along is something I've always tried to stream, and I'll try to work on it actually. I've also been trying to, yeah, Forest will win. Yeah, that's what I thought because these are my reasons for thinking that Forest is going to qualify. In that game, Aston Villa played really well, but Forest was more, um, how do I put it? Forest was more determined. Forest was more, their defensive solidity is better than Aston Villa. Not because they are necessarily better than Aston Villa. Remember, they are still struggling with relegation. So maybe the win against Chelsea would have boosted their confidence a little bit. Aston Villa, on the other hand, after losing to Nottingham Forest in the first leg of the semi-final, they went ahead to lose to Tottenham, who is battling with relegation as well. Okay, so losing these two games and then you're going to the next game with having two losses record behind you. Meanwhile, Forest, on the other hand, had two win records behind them, so the confidence is there, and because it looks like Aston Villa dropped a bit of form recently, so Forest will win because you hate Aston Villa. But this is Unai Emery we are talking about. Remember, he has been to 7 Europa League semi-finals, and he has won 4 out of these 7. He has been to final, you know, in this in these occasions and won 4. So who knows? He might be doing that with Aston Villa this time. All right. So yeah, you are now my number 1 fan. Thank you for doing that. That is massive. That is massive. You are now my number 1 top fan. Going by your comments today. Thank you for doing that. All right. Okay. So that's it. Let's see. Tomorrow is going to be bombshell. I must say, tomorrow is going to be bombshell. So I've been trying to use the Streamlab to live stream so that I can also, add to the, comment box, and it gives me more features as well. It's one of the things I've been working on, but I've not really finished on that. So I'm still doing this for now, and I believe this is also helpful, and everyone watching is also, getting something out of it. So it's just a way of telling my supporters and my fans that we've got a lot coming. We are improving on our live stream, improving on our videos, improving on our content qualities, improving on, we are building on a lot of things. So believe in the process, just in the process, just like Ateta would say, believe and trust the process. And the process that Ateta has built over the years has led them to this point. So it's been a fantastic season for Arsenal, to be honest. Even if they don't win this Champions League, I think Ateta has done well. And I did a video not long ago where I did mention that Arsenal should not make the mistake of sacking Ateta, because if they do, first of all, managers are scarce. Good managers are scarce in the market. So Arsenal should be careful about that, because the greatest mistake Arsenal made after Arsene Wenger left was made good decision of bringing Unai Emery, and within 18 months, he didn't even spend up to 2 seasons complete just because he lost Europa League final to Chelsea. They sacked him. So I don't think it was too harsh on him and too People pick on him. Yeah, I know he has not been the Champions League coach kind of person, but Europa League is not, it's not a mere competition, so to speak. Or let's say the first younger brother or the next competition to Champions League. So it's a competition of its own intensity, which he has been to seven semi-finals. All right. So, and taking Arsenal to the final, it was a big thing, but that they lost is because Chelsea was a better side. All right. And I'm very sure, I'm 100% sure that if Unai Emery was to still be in Arsenal today, by now they would have won something, either Europa League or Champions League or Premier League. They would have won something. Because if he has come to Aston Villa and has left Aston Villa to two Champions League, now in Europa League, and they are in the semi-final, so look at what he's doing with Aston Villa, and he's a proper manager. Remember, we've got few managers in Premier League, few managers like David Moyes, Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, and Unai Emery. Okay, so um, that's it. For tomorrow game, it is hard to predict, and I think that's what the fun of football is all about, or not easy to predict. Um, so that's the situation of that game tomorrow, and the suspense it brings in the minds of fans, not being able to predict straight away, even though PSG is having a goal advantage. So that is something really massive, I would say. All right. All right. In case you're just joining, make sure you subscribe before you leave this live stream. Make sure you like and make sure you share. Okay. Keep the subscription coming. Keep the likes coming. All right. So the Reluctant Gamer. So just like you said, yeah, I'll try to do the watch along. It's just that most of the time I've got very limited time to do these things, and based on my schedules as well. But I'll do something. Don't worry. Thank you once again for staying with me on this live stream, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All right. Hello, in case you are just joining, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining this live stream. How you all doing? Yes, okay. Drop it there then. I can't pronounce this name. Is it Uvekiste? And make sure you subscribe. All right, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Arsenal has qualified for Champions League final after 20 years, as you can see. As you can see. Okay, are you subscribing? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit on the poll, yes or no, because it's 50-50 now. So, well, final is always a 50-50 stop, whether you are good or not. But the fact that you made your way to that final, it means a whole lot. All right. Yeah. So keep it coming. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for my live stream, joining my live stream. And make sure you subscribe, make sure you like and share. I'm still here with you.